I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top.
YouTube, you guys are not gonna believe this. I'm in the middle of recording, and right in my recording process, guess what comes in the mail? Brand new rear lightweight rotor. All right, guys, I don't know if this will fit, but I do have a set of rear chain adjusters from Myotech. This is for the Ninja ZX10R. I don't think that rear axle is the same diameter as the 600, but I'm gonna try to see if I can put these on the bike today. These fit perfect. That means I got rear chain adjusters for the ZX10R 2022. The rear rotor, lightweight rotor, and I think it weighs less than a pound. It's 9 ounces or something online I saw. I'll post a picture right here. Yeah, so that thing is lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the OEM one, it's about 3 pounds. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get all this stuff ready. It literally just came in the mail when I see the same shirt while I was editing my other video. So right now, this is the rear rotor that I have on the bike. But you know it's mine is because of that. Yeah, boy. But the reason why the rear rotor is dark like that is because I was practicing when I first got the bike on rear brake only, emergency braking, and cornering rear brake only. Yeah, so we're gonna change out this rear rotor to a lightweight rear rotor, just to shed a little bit of weight, but not too much. Let me make sure I get that number in there. So it's right at the 4th one on this side, and it should be right at the 4th one on the other side. Yeah, so from the front, 1 2 3 4, and it's at the 4th one. All right, so let's take this wheel off real quick. You guys know how to take a wheel off a motorcycle, so I don't think I have to record that part, but let's knock this wheel off real quick. All right, so this is what came in the package or the mail. This is the rear rotor right here, and what I'm about to do right now is put the rear rotor, and I'm gonna line it up with the OEM rotor to see if it fits. Now, I know that the wheel spins in this direction mainly because of the valve stem orientation. So if you look at the valve stem, it's facing that way, and then sometimes the tire itself tells you the orientation. So it goes in this direction. So when I mount this, I'm gonna mount it like this. What I like to do is I like to just line it up just to make sure that they line up perfectly, and they do. So I'm gonna knock these off here, these 4, and then I'm gonna put the lightweight rear rotor onto the bike, and I'm gonna put the bike back together. So let me just take this off real quick. When you put these back on, these are 38 foot-pounds. So now that we got the 4 bolts out, remember the orientation. So this goes onto the wheel like that. So we're gonna pull this old rotor off, and I can already feel the weight of this thing. It feels pretty heavy. I can see the teeth are facing out. So let me see if the new one is the same way. So I'm gonna place this down like so without trying to damage it. I know this faces towards the rim. And let's take this old aftermarket one out. So it looks like here's the writing on the actual rotor, and then on this side there's absolutely no writing. So I think it would go onto the bike like this. But let me take it off and kind of get a better look at it, because I would hate to put it on the bike and it's actually the wrong way. I think it's the right width. Let me just turn the wheel around to see if it's in the right orientation. It is. It is. I already see it. All right. So I usually start by finger tightening these first, and then I'll use the wrench and I'll tighten it with my wrench, but always start finger tightening because you don't want to cross thread these back here because this wheel is, if I'm not mistaken, is aluminum. So now we're gonna go from a stock, somewhat heavy rear rotor to a lightweight rear rotor. I'm eventually gonna change out that stock sprocket for a lightweight sprocket, 520 conversion, and we're gonna continue on making this bike a little bit lighter and a little bit quicker and a little bit more enjoyable. Yeah, so let me put this back on, and then we'll put the bike on we'll put the wheel back on the bike. YouTube, I'm all done. Video's wrapped up. This is how you install the lightweight rear brake rotor. I have not taken it for a spin, but keep in mind how clean this looks. The next time you see it, it's going to be dark black, and that's mainly because I'm going to go do some emergency braking techniques and practice rear brake only and see how hot I can get this to turn, and that'll be that. But this is before I ride and do some practice laps. So I'm gonna use rear brake only. I'm gonna practice 100 miles emergency braking, rear brake only, and watch how dark this come out when I'm done. See you guys in a sec. Now it's all black. If I touch it, it's nice and hot. And I don't want to burn my hands when I'm using my gloves, but I can still feel the heat through my gloves. They're nice and hot. Ah! They're very, very hot. But these rear rotors, best in the market. Anybody want them, buy them. I highly recommend them for your ZX6R, your ZX10R. I want to thank you guys for watching this rear rotor replacement. It's been an awesome video. I had a great time out here practicing. I did about 25 laps each way. I'm about to head home and rest for the night. I want to thank you guys for watching this Ninja ZX10R 2022 rear brake rotor replacement, upgrade, lightweight, whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day.